Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. This is the first vlog of 2021. We've been really slacking lately. We are currently in the car at the moment. We are headed down to Byron Bay for the day. Currently Saturday the 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. So I feel like we might as well treat this as like our Valentine's Day.
Valentine's weekend.
Not that we ever do anything like super crazy for Valentine's Day. Anyway, we are headed down to Byron Bay and today we are going to be looking at our potential wedding venue. Finally done something in terms of wedding planning, like very preliminary wedding planning. Gonna go check out this venue. We're pretty much gonna be doing like an elopement, very small sized wedding anyway, so it's not like we're doing anything huge. We're also obviously thinking of doing it in Byron Bay, which is maybe like considered a little bit risky given like all of the stuff that's going on COVID wise. Because we live in Queensland, so that does mean that we have to cross the border into New South Wales. Byron Bay for us is about a 2-hour drive, but I've decided to risk it for the biscuit.
We went down there one time before and we're like, this is the place, and then we hadn't been down there for a while, and then, you know, I think we kind of always had it in the back of our head, so now we're just going to go check it out again to make sure, yes, this is the place.
Obviously there's heaps of beautiful places in Queensland, but I don't know, about like 5 years ago we went down to Byron Bay and we went to the farm, is like the farm at Byron Bay. If you've ever been to Byron, you probably know the farm. But that's where we went and I was like, I could really imagine getting married here. So it's kind of hard, like everything else that you look at, you are comparing to like what you've seen before. We have brought all kinds of snacks with us. So we have kombucha, a big thing of macadamias, and oh, coffee. We almost forgot that we have coffee. We brought like a big thing of coffee as well that we're going to share because it is currently quite early in the morning. It is 7:45. We have like a meeting with like an event planner sort of person. It's at 11, but New South Wales has like daylight savings time. We decided to get out early to make sure that we're there on time. But yeah, very exciting. Also very last minute because we're thinking that we'll do the wedding in May, maybe, which is not very long away. It is currently like mid-February and I have planned nothing, like donut hole, like nothing.
Pretty sure a lot of people have just started freaking out right now.
Because I googled the other day, I was like, how long does it take to get a wedding dress? And Google told me that it was 6 months to a year. Because I feel like you could probably make that process as long as you'd like, depending on like what you're doing. Like people obviously get like a dress made and all that kind of stuff. But yes, it's kind of lit a fire under my butt. So next week I've also like booked in for some wedding dress place, so I'll see if I can find something. I'm not sure how difficult that process is going to be. I thought that I'd be pretty easygoing, but then sometimes I'm like, actually I feel like I'm quite picky in reality maybe. Wish us luck, and we'll probably check in at some later point when we're down in Byron. For now I think we're going to have some coffee. Okay, so we are at the farm. It sounds like some sort of cult when you say the farm. We're at the farm at Byron Bay. We've just like met with like an event planning person, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna lock it in here. It's super pretty. I don't know, I'll probably get some footage around. So they've got the restaurant at the back and then you can like have the actual ceremony. I bet there's gonna be like heaps of wind blowing in this clip. There's a spot like around the corner with like a macadamia orchid. That'd be really nice for this ceremony itself.
Looks nice.
Lots of pretty spots. What did you think?
I think it'd be good. Nice with like all the grass and the trees covering, and then you can go take photos just about anywhere along here.
Yeah, there's like heaps of good photo opportunities around here. There's like a big field with like flowers. They've got the like orchid spot and they've got the restaurant, and it's just like that really rustic, earthy kind of vibe. So that's the vibe that I'm going for. Something that's just like very natural, earthy, simple. So hopefully it won't take too much to plan either because it's going to be very small. We are just having a kombucha, like our second kombucha for today. This one is acai berry. What'd you get?
Tropical.
Tropical. And we're just chilling on this picnic bench.
A moment to debrief.
Yeah, we're debriefing. We literally only just left the event planner, but yeah. Okay, so this is the area that we would actually be thinking of like doing the ceremony. So it's like, I'll flip the camera. Just in this little macadamia orchard area. They can do like a spot out there on like the dirt area, or there's a grassy spot down the other side. So we're thinking of doing like the more grassy spot. I think that would be cute.
Yeah, I think so.
So this is the area where we would actually be thinking of doing like the literal ceremony. So they've got like some taller trees over here. Very cute. And apparently you can still get, like, it can go ahead even if it's raining a little bit. So that's a little bit of a bonus. The general area. So we're planning on having lunch here, but there's a 40-minute wait. So we got some gluten, ooh, I just stuck my finger in there. We got some gluten-free ice cream. So we've got chocolate and macadamia. We both got the same thing. Okay, we are back in the car. We were gonna try and wait for 40 minutes to get a table, but we decided to bail and we're gonna go into Byron Bay and go see what we can find in terms of food. We had ice cream though, that was good. Nick kind of broke his diet a little. A little bit naughty. I didn't mention that Nick's doing like a keto diet again. Nick has done the keto diet like a few times in the past. I feel like there's a lot of like negativity out there around keto, but there's like a lot of ways to do it. We do like a more whole foods based approach, kind of like an offshoot of paleo, where you're just focusing on more fats like avocados, olives, some dairy as well, but you know, keto online is sometimes really freaky. I went through the hashtag the other day on Instagram for keto, and I think it was just like a plate. You know, it's always like a terrible photo, like a paper plate, 6 rashers of bacon covered in some kind of gloopy cheese. And I'm like, that's why people are freaked out about the keto diet, but there are much more healthy and whole food ways to like have the same effect. Anyway, all that to say, Nick has been doing keto again, kind of broke that for ice cream. But you know, if you can't have some ice cream once in a while,
Valentine's Day weekend,
yeah, it's also,
when you're going to check out a wedding venue, if you can't have special occasions, then what's the point in doing any of it?
Exactly, what's the point? So we had a little treat, that was good, and now we're gonna go find some lunch, hopefully in Byron Bay. I don't know how busy it's gonna be because it is the day before Valentine's Day. We'll see how crazy it is. We can find something good, but I feel like there's a lot of nice places to eat in Byron, so should be okay.
I can feel those butterflies when I go to sleep at night.
It is currently about 4:15 and we're actually just heading back home, so it's another 2-hour drive to get back. I don't think I picked up the camera at all since lunch. So we went to this like little bar thing for lunch. It was it looked very fancy, but like I feel like just not a lot of options. Like we got this plate full of pickles, but then the main came out and it had like all of these like other pickled things on it. So I basically just ate meat and various fermented things, which is like, obviously we like eating fermented foods, but it was like sour on tangy. What did you rate lunch out of 10?
It wasn't terrible, but it definitely needed something to like spread it out or pick it up. I don't know, maybe a 6 or so.
The balance of flavor was off. To be like master chef technical. So we had lunch, we kind of have been just like scoping out the Byron area, like Byron and Bangalow, and pretty much that's it. Some scenic drives, just having a look at like different
Maybe scenic drive on the scenic drive.
Scenic drive on the scenic drive. Yeah, we kind of just looked at like, I suppose, different like accommodation and stuff, just like driving through all of like the hinterlandy sort of areas. There's a lot of nice little drives and cool places in Byron. It's just like finding them though, because I feel like everything's kind of tucked away and there's probably some really cool special stuff. You just have to find it. And we're finally heading home, so we'll gain an Good morning, guys. It is now the next day. Did not do any more filming yesterday. We are just home, obviously. We're planning our grocery shopping. We woke up like a little bit later today. Not like super late. I got up at maybe like 7, which is late for me. Nick is like the one that likes to sleep in a little bit more. But yeah, we've gotten up, we went for a walk, we had breakfast. We've been kind of like talking again about like little wedding details. And, oh hello. You haven't said hello yet. Good morning. Mwah. Billy's just had her breakfast. By the way, this is a new little outfit that I got yesterday. It's like a little jumpsuit. Got it in Byron. So in Byron they have a lot of like, I think you call them like flagship stores. So they had a full 1 teaspoon shop. I really like all of their stuff, especially like their shorts and things. They just kind of have like the most flattering like high-waisted shorts. They had like their whole own shop, and Nick bought me this little like khaki jumpsuit. It's cute, but I do feel like I'm gonna do like a somersault out of an aeroplane or something. Like I feel like I'm in the Air Force or something, but I do think it's cute. But yeah, anywho, we're in the middle now of planning what we're gonna make for the week so that we can go out and knock out our food shop. We kind of just want to get all of the boring tasks done this morning so that we can chill for the rest of the day. Because we were running around so much yesterday, it's like, honestly, I just want to kind of lie on my back and do nothing. But yeah, we still have to get food shopping done and the meal prep done, and probably a little bit of a tidy up of some description around the house. So, what do you want to make this week, Nick?
Some kind of
Ignore all the mess.
Some kind of shepherd's pie, maybe like cauliflower on top.
Shepherd's pie. So because we're like trying to keep things lower carb at the moment, at least for Nick, so we might do like our typical shepherd's pie recipe, which we've done in loads of videos, but do yeah like the cauliflower on the top, which is not quite the same as potato. We'd usually use sweet potato, but it still keeps it interesting. Keeps it interesting. So at the moment, yeah, like Nick's doing like a lower carb thing, so I'll cook myself like a sweet potato or something, which is maybe a little bit mean, but yeah, I don't do as well on like a super low carb diet, but you do. Nick does very well on that kind of thing. Maybe it's the European genes. I don't know. And the fact that you're just a man. Men as well just tend to do a lot better on low carb and like with that stress load. Women are too complicated with all of the hormonal factors, but anyway, that's a different story. We're gonna make up a list. I always do like a little list on my phone in the notes app, and then we will head out and do our food shopping. But yeah, keeping it simple this week, I think. I forgot to mention that you got a haircut. Come sit over here. So Nick went to the hairdresser the other day, and
You know when you go into the hairdresser and then you ask for something, but then like they might give you something else different, but then they don't actually tell you what they gave you. So I walked in there and asked for what I thought I got last time. Yeah, let's go number 3 on the top, 1 on the sides. And I sit down and the guy goes straight down the middle first, and I was like...
So now he's sporting a very short haircut, which is fine. It kind of goes with the beard, I suppose. You got like a nice like, what do you call that, side profile going on. But now we just need some tattoos down the side of his head, and we've got like a Vikings Ragnarok kind of look happening. But yeah, that was kind of funny. We'll see if your hair grows out by the time the wedding rolls around as well.
You probably want me to get another haircut.
Although I don't really mind this. This is fine as well. Alrighty, so we have just gotten home from doing our food shop. We spent about $180 this week for our full week of food. So I'll show you. You guys know the drill. I'm gonna show you everything that we bought. If this is getting boring, let me know in the comments below. But here's what we have this week. Let's start from this corner today. So I bought some strawberries because I'm gonna make some coconut water jelly. We've got some goat's cheese, so this is the one that I like, and I use that in salads throughout the week. We got a packet of avocados. I wait until these ripen and then I mash them all up and freeze them for smoothies. 3 sweet potatoes. I'm the only one eating sweet potato at the moment. We have these no gluten crackers, which are actually really low in carbohydrates, so it makes them kind of like a keto friendly cracker that you can have. So when we're having like drinks or something, it's nice. We can like still have a cracker and not just like you know, vegetables or something like that. Also have some asparagus, which was on special today. We have 2 cauliflowers, so we're using one for a shepherd's pie, like the mash component, and then the other one I will bake with dinners throughout the week. I got 4 cucumbers, so I'm making like this cucumber salad at the moment. It's kind of like the thing that I've been into lately. So I've got a lot of cucumbers, I've got some red onion which goes in that as well. Onion, garlic, and then just other veggies to go with meals throughout the week. So I've got 2 zucchinis, a bunch of pak choy. We've also got some grass-fed beef that we're going to be using for like shepherd's pie or for like liver patties. Some fillets of salmon, some coconut water for my jelly that I'll be making. We bought some sour cream. This is not the best brand of sour cream. This is just like from Woolworths. We forgot to buy sour cream when we were at the health food store because they obviously have a lot like better, cleaner brands, but that is all that we got. We have a bottle of kombucha, so we're having like a bottle between us per week. Some sauerkraut. So this is the peace, love and vegetables one with seaweed. So we haven't tried this one. That will be interesting. We got a free range chicken, like a roast chicken, because we're feeling really lazy for lunch today. And then boring things, we got some dishwashing liquid. I'm not super keen on this brand. I kind of have a feeling that this is just like greenwashing in this brand, but anyway, it was on sale, so that's one we got. We have some hand wash refills, a big bunch of bananas, so I'm going to wait till they ripen a bit and then freeze them. We have some olives, some pickles, and then 2 cartons of free range eggs. So that is everything that we bought this week. We also have like some meat and things in the freezer from when we've been to the butcher, so all of that part sorted as well. But that is what we've got. So it's a bit later once again, and I've just actually made a smoothie for lunch. So this is just like a blueberry, there's blueberry, there's hazelnut butter, water ice, and of course like some vanilla protein powder. So it's really simple, but honestly I'm just not feeling that hungry. We did buy like chicken and stuff to make like a full proper lunch, but I don't think either of us are really feeling it. So I am just going to have a simple little smoothie, and yeah, we'll probably get on to some meal prep later this afternoon. So I'll be sure to film that. Rightio, so it is a bit later. I start like every new clip with, it is a little bit later, but it is a little bit later, and I am going to make some jelly. So this is kind of like a part of our meal prep at the moment in terms of like healthy, fun snacks and like desserts and things. At the moment, we've really been into jelly making, which sounds really random, but it's kind of like a really nice, refreshing kind of thing that you can have, especially because it's so warm in Australia at the moment. Plus, it includes gelatin, which is really good for your gut health, for joint health, all of that kind of stuff. So wherever you can try and fit like more gelatin into your diet, like it doesn't hurt. So today I'm going to be making one that we've been doing for ages. I've put it on Instagram stories, on our Cultivate Instagram stories a few times, and people are always really interested how we make it. So I think I might just take you through like a really brief tutorial of how I make it. I think I'll probably do it in like a full proper separate video over on Cultivate, or even in an Instagram reel, but you guys can be kind of the first to see how we actually make it. So I'm gonna be doing coconut water jelly. So I've actually got all of my ingredients out in front of me. You're gonna need like a liter of coconut water, probably something that doesn't have like any added weird stuff or sugars, so something that's just 100% coconut water. Obviously we have our gelatin. So at the moment I've been using this one by Gel Pro, which is from Australian Cattle. So that's a really nice one. Although the packaging like is ugly compared to like your Vital Proteins. But this one is from Australia, and I believe the Vital Proteins is like American. I feel like it's from cows that are like from South America. Given where we are, this brand probably makes a little bit more sense. So we've got our gelatin, our coconut water, and that's pretty much all you'll need for like the jelly component. But then I also like to add in some other yummy bits, because the coconut water will only be like lightly sweet. It's not super strong. So I mean, the other option is that you could add in some more sweetener. We did try honey once. That was weird. But you could do like an erythritol if you tolerate having erythritol, or even like stevia, monk fruit. The other option, which is what I prefer, is doing like some fruits. So cutting up fruits, putting that in the jelly, and then it's like if you're having a bite of jelly with a little bit of fruit, you get the sweetness from that and like the subtle sweetness from the coconut water, which I really like. Mango and strawberries today, but sometimes, like especially if you want to do a lower sugar version for any reason, you could do strawberries and blueberries or raspberries. But of course, like all of your berries are going to be lower in sugar, so that's always an option. I am going to get started making this. I'll move the camera into a better position. And this is the outfit, by the way, which kind of seems a bit weird, especially at that angle, but it's kind of like a play suit. So yeah, if it looks weird when I'm like over here, it looks like I'm kind of wearing pajamas. So we're gonna start off by taking your coconut water, pour out in 500 mils. So I'm gonna start out with 500 mils of our coconut water and a glass container that I'm gonna be setting the jelly in. So I'm just gonna pop this into our container with 8 teaspoons of our gelatin. So effectively what we're doing here is blooming the gelatin, so it kind of softens it and makes it work. So you're going to put that into your liquid, 8 teaspoons. It's going to like give it a little mix to break up any clumpy bits of gelatin, and then you are just going to leave that to bloom for a few minutes. So essentially just leave it out tabletop. While that is happening, I'm going to take the rest of this, so the other half of our coconut water, 500 mils, and I'm going to start warming it on the stove top. So while the gelatin is blooming, I'm just going to put our 500 mils of coconut water, I keep trying to say coconut oil. I'm going to put our 500 mils of coconut water into a pot and start warming it. So the key here is that you do not want to boil it, you just want to make it warm. So if you boil this coconut water and then you add your gelatin in, it's going to kind of denature the gelatin and it's not going to turn into a jelly. So this just has to be like lightly warmed rather than boiling. And then while that is warming up on the stove, I'm going to start cutting up our fruits to go into the jelly. So we've got strawberries and mango today. So I've cut up all of my fruit and our water is hot to the touch. So for reference, like I could stick my finger into that coconut water and I, wouldn't have it burn. I am going to pop in our bloomed gelatin and give it a little bit of a mix. Make sure that's all nice and mixed in, and then that's pretty much all done. So I'm going to pour this whole mixture back into our original container, throw in the fruit, and then we can pop it all into the fridge. And so now I've just popped in all of our fruit. The mango is kind of sunken down a little bit. Pop a lid on this and then pop it straight into the fridge. It'll probably take a few hours to set, so by like later tonight, but obviously the best way is just to leave it overnight if you're worried about it setting in time. But yeah, this is like my favorite thing at the moment. Really good too as like an after dinner dessert, especially if you're like really addicted to chocolate, because I go through cycles of being very addicted to like dark chocolate. Having this on hand is really nice, and it's really refreshing, as I said before, and like full of gelatin and electrolytes and goodness. But yeah, try it out, let me know what you think. So I've just popped that one into the fridge, and I'm actually gonna try and make Nick like a low carb, low sugar, keto friendly jelly. I'm gonna give that a try now. Probably won't film the whole thing, but I'll let you know maybe later on if it's actually any good. And then one day I can share the recipe if it works. So I am still in the kitchen. I've actually started making some sugar-free marshmallows as well. So this is like another good like little keto snack or low carb snack, or you can make it like with more sugar if you want to. You could use Honeyworks, obviously. We are using like a monk fruit erythritol sweetener today, and I'm just about to get it started. I'm not gonna go like through the whole recipe. Actually put up the recipe on our Instagram on Cultivate this week, like I did a reel. Oh my god, don't get me started on how hard it is to make a reel, or just like how much time it takes. Obviously, if you want the full recipe, you can head on over to Cultivate Beauty Instagram. I will link it somewhere around here. Oh my god, your burn looks actually really bad. So the marshmallow is ready to put into our containers. Gotta move quickly, eh?
Yeah, really.
Don't mind our washing up.
I'm never really satisfied, yeah. Looking up a paradise, yeah. Without you by my
We have our marshmallow. We're just gonna pop this into the fridge to set. They look really good. But here is the truth of what happened first time round. So this was the first batch of marshmallow that I tried making today. I think I made the mistake. I think the mistake was that I left the gelatin to bloom for too long. Probably because I was faffing about with the camera. But yeah, so it did not fluff up right. There's like a few parts of the marshmallow making process that can go wrong. Like the water has to not be too hot. You have to whip it for exactly 10 minutes. And I just discovered that maybe you also have to make sure that it doesn't bloom for too long.
Don't mind me just eating off. What needed to happen was you needed to be a bit more mindful that all the gelatin was mixed in properly, and then when you put in the hot water that you're stirring it in to give it a good, I don't think some of the mixers don't do it properly adequately. It looks like popcorn marshmallow. It still tastes alright, you can still eat it.
The problem is that this is set before it got done, so it needs to be like this light, fluffy.
This will be more dense. This will be more dense. You can still eat it. It still
has like a marshmallow texture, like it's...
But this is light and fluffy, like eating a cloud.
Yeah. So here's the reality of what happened first round. And then here's the proper finished product. So we're gonna pop that in the fridge, then we'll have that for the week. And that's pretty much all the snacks done. Now we have to actually do real meal prep. I've just meal prepped all the fun things. We have to actually do some lunches.
Mellow?
You can have the mellow. This is our fail mellow. It is now about 5:40 p.m. and we have a little spread going on here. So we have a few different kinds of cheeses. So we have some sheep's cheese. I can't remember what these two are. Some olives, we have our crackers and some pickles. And Nick has poured me the most gigantic glass of wine. Today happens to be Valentine's Day, I forgot to mention that. So we decided that we would have like a little antipasto style dinner, and we have like some leftover soup in the fridge as well. Valentine's Day in. We're now eating our marshmallows as a little dessert.
It's a fluffy cloud.
Yeah, they're like little clouds. And we're doing our meal prep finally. We really didn't want to, but we're making this shepherd's pie with cauliflower mash on the top. So we're just gonna be meal prepping, and I think we'll sign off here for now. So if you enjoyed this vlog and want to see more from us, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and we will see you in the next one. Bye guys!
when I go to sleep at night. I finally know the reason why, yeah. I'm never really satisfied, yeah.